Last pick, Ezreal too, not going to help with that. Ezreal, in a lot of melees, should be pretty happy Arcane shifting around the fight later on, and one way to actually get out of the arrows. So, again, I really like the draft that BLG has. Cannon wasn't taken. And as we return to the standard lanes, I will say Elk was starved out a little bit there by Hoya. So, a little bit of a CS lead onto the Ashe, a little bit less onto the Ambessa. And this game, I know last game we thought that giving over the 3 grubs was actually okay for BLG. Yone can have used it this game, though, and we have a dive coming in as Hoya. Again, he did ding 6. No TP to go back pot, but they don't care about that wave. They want to make the play, and we'll see what they can find.
Right onto On. The public execution goes through, and it's clean. But now they've got to drop the turret aggro as it's starting to ramp up. On goes back in, but has no reinforcements. This way, Q flash onto 4 members. Can he actually clean up? Eep finds 1, and he's going to skirt on out. A rest from the 3-man. Satab trying to find Knight. He just jumps over the wall and gets away from the sword advantage, and no Fate Sealed available for ThunderTalk to play with on these grubs as they continue the fight here. Beichuan off of the arrow. On absorbs it. Super tanky. Not going to live through this one. The hostile takeover getting some decent value here. Forces a Knight away. Cannot support Wei. And I'm not sure if he was able to get the grub. Looks like he was able to smite 1 away. But overall, big win for ThunderTalk here. They're going to be able to get the rest of the grubs.
Yeah, I don't like BLG. Like, they go for the play on the Satab. There was quite a bit burned in order to try and pull that one off. And they try and continue it onto the grubs in a play where they really just couldn't afford to make. So ThunderTalk not only win the skirmish, but actually win the grubs, and this is a small lead that with 5 grubs, they could really snowball. This game going to be important that On is able to kind of catch and stop some of the engage that is likely heading Lilia's way.
Yeah. Pretty hard for Wei to play out that fight, too, since he was down a flash, having expended it for that 4-man Q flash, right, earlier. So, BLG, I kind of understand trying to push for that fight, not wanting to give over that many grubs over to ThunderTalk's way. And credit to them, at least they were able to snag 1. And it's not the 6 grubs. Doomsday has the explosive charge from Satab, or that was on Satab. Actually, I thought it was only if he... That's neat.
That's interesting. That turret was low. Satab not going to be low. He's ulting out.
And he's got the reset charge, the flash forward to guarantee it, and he's got the reset to jump out of there. Knight taking care of business over the reins and represent on international stages as... Hang on. Good flash from Ben, dodging the Glacial Prison. Permafrost is going to stun him for a bit, but just not enough damage as Beichuan now forced a flash from the turret aggro that was ramping up. Feather is here, but I don't know how much work he can get done on the Renata here. He can maybe find the handshake. Pulls him right back in. Beichuan is back from the grave. And Ben, don't tell me he gets one more auto attack. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness. It's gonna make TT work for it, being able to trade 1 back in a 1v3.
Oh, there was no bailout from the Renata. Feather used it to speed himself up to make sure that he could get in range, apply the red buff against Bin, and Bin, the Chad that he is, Gigabin, strikes the rift, takes down Beichuan with them as the trade of turrets is even, not your E and your R, if you're playing it correctly. So that did help open up for Bin with the outplay. Meanwhile...
Oh, man! The Q3 from Satab trying to flash twin combo it, just not enough. Bin outstats him, and yeah, Matt, I think I'm in the same boat with you. BLG winning both sides of the map at the moment. Rift Herald completely in their control. And even though the kill score is even and the gold lead isn't that far ahead for BLG, you can't help but think that maybe ThunderTalk are just not going to have the conditions set up for them to be able to take this game away from BLG.
I mean, this is the horror going up against BLG. You got a lane in the Bin and Knight. That Rift Herald is secured by the team, but what happened beforehand, which enabled him to find the kill, and then Hoya, no escape for him, trying to get on the way. And meanwhile,
back to live. On is caught by the handshake, but that's okay. He's just a Leona. Their Satab was trying to open up the backside there. Hostile takeover is going to open up more for ThunderTalk, and Ben is caught up in it. Wait a minute, ThunderTalk being able to find a decent fight. BLG, though, make sure the rest of BLG are able to escape. On in trouble once again. Yeah, he's going to have to go back in. Elk trying to do a decent amount of damage to Beichuan, and Wei has now arrived. They trade 1-for-1 support for jungler. Not bad for BLG's circumstances here. They now have the minion wave and the Rift Herald. They're going to be able to crash it into tier 1. Can they get more off of this?
Yeah, they're gonna save the crash for tier 2 as well. So well played, BLG. Enough from Menacing Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. It is a soul available, and oh boy, Hoya.
Big stack from
pick.
Hoya. Public execution right on the Knight. It has no chance to burn Flash. I mean, it's a 5-on-4 now created for ThunderTalk, and one of the big damage dealers, Knight, had gone deathless this entire game. Finds his first one at the hands of Hoya.
Hoya does not have R available. Knight will have TP when he spawns in 8, so on TT to rip it. 1xN kind of low.
Oh, man. Oh, that's Shift and Cleanse gone, but
that's
really
a lot
good
of
poke damage onto 1xN. Not able to step up safely.
Get
Now
it,
using the
run.
hostile takeover. It guarantees that ThunderTalk get the dragon and deny
Get it,
soul.
run.
But Han
Yep.
are going to hot hunt for Satab. They find him. The
Knight.
flash over the wall from Knight. He
Oh,
comes
it's
back
doomed.
from the grave with vengeance. And he's looking for the resets. Goomba stomping on 1xN and Feather individually picking up big shutdown bounties. And BLG are going to make ThunderTalk pay.
Turret, or bot inner turret, I should say, cannot be denied by TT.
Beichuan is here. Maybe can protect Hoya as he flashes away from the engage range of BLG.
Nice.
On just going to disengage, but it does open up the map. Bin going to secure another turret for BLG in the mid lane.
Yeah, I honestly really like that. Tended that one. As Knight not the recipient on the other end, able to rocket jump away from that one safely. ThunderTalk now, Way.
Wow, Way's got to be careful with face chucking the bush like that. He's got a stasis.
Takeover?
Maybe they could buy some time.
Okay.
Immediately flashing away from the hostile takeover. BLG still have a chance to regroup for some space. Feather got tagged by a swirling seat on his into the back line, and Knight is trying to follow up as best as he can. Satab, fate sealed onto 2 members,
Really
immediately
nice.
blinks back, but Way was waiting for the Soul Unbound to pop so that he could pick up a Yone on the back end.
So no spine available here for TT.
It's going to burn down super quickly. Way still has Smite available. It is secured. Hex Tech Soul on top of it as well. And Hoya is just in no man's land, no chance. And now the rest of ThunderTalk could be in trouble. Beichuan doesn't have ulti available. He has the front line to stand and deliver so that 1xN can get as much work as he done. But Lilting Lullaby and the Buster shot from Knight as he rocks on forward. Goomba stomping once again. BLG putting ThunderTalk into the grave.
Opportunity to one-shot Way. That doesn't happen. Satab does his damnedest in this fight to do work, but game of the series we're not too surprised by. But the game 1 draft was a bit of a bummer. And again, I think that we're in a scenario where ThunderTalk's kind of struggling to find their identity in the standard lane scenario with Hoya. And Hoya to actually snowball the game forward. But it's plays being taken. It's what's happening on the map. And speaking of Hoya, he's looking to angle for public execution here.
Glacial Prison here. Knight able to buffer it. Satab with the fate sealed into the back line. Hustle takeover.
That's
Layer right
nice.
on top of Elk. Okay, that's one marksman gone, but now you got to deal with the other
man.
one, and it's
Oh my
Knight
God.
who now has an angle looking to reset once again. Finds Feather, finds 1xN, and it's just Satab left since Hoya's on the wrong side of the tracks here. Triple kill picked up for the mid laner of BLG. Hoya got a flash over the wall. The rest of BLG gonna try to track him down while Ben and Knight are going to look to lay ruin to the base.
I mean, Bin TP'd in, absolutely laid the hammer down against 1xN, who fell at the hands of Bin's Jace. As we teased early on, Knight and Bin, these gargantuan solo laners, world-class, top of their role, best players in the world of the role at times. They really outclassed TT today as they're putting the finishing touches on this series.
If there's any doubts remaining from Split 1, they have been quickly dashed by BLG. A quick 2-0 sweep will put an end to any other concerns in this particular matchup between BLG and ThunderTalk. And as Bilibili Gaming, they're going to walk away with a few extra kills as they are patting down the KDA stats and take the sweep.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.